Yo, 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 yo. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, family. We are back again, back again, back again. Day five of 50. Day five of 50. We are doing and moving. We are moving right along. Day five, 5 days in. Introduced some coconut water today. I wore this shirt about 2 months ago. It was feeling a little tight. Today it's still a little tight, but it's getting looser, baby. It's getting looser. My clothes are fitting me better. I had bought a lot of medium stuff, man, because I was slim, and I lost discipline. I lost discipline, and we went back up in weight, and we're down now. We're down maybe like close to 15 pounds just in the last 5 days. There's a lot of water weight, right? It was a lot of just a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff, but we down. I don't know how much we are today. I know yesterday we was 212. Saturday we was 225. All right. So today we could be 210. We could be 209. I'm feeling better every day. Today I feel a lot better than I did yesterday. I got a little more rest last night. I went to bed a little bit earlier yesterday than I had the day before. Still later than I would like to be going to bed, but it was earlier than it had been. Right. I was able to get up earlier without an alarm clock. Right. Last week, I wasn't in my fast, right? But last week I missed. I'm part of this group that Kimona put me on to. I think I don't know what, but it's a super dope ministry, right? And it's a Wednesday prayer call, and I missed last week, and I was so tight because I just slept too long, right? And I've been waking up after 7 for a few weeks for the most part. But this morning I was up at about 6, about 5 something really. Then I was laid in the bed. Was in meditation, was just in my thoughts, just visualizing the day, all right, envisioning the day, visualizing the day. And I was up for the prayer call and got up and got some stuff done this morning and feeling great. Got a workout in. I got back to some stretching. I got back to some pull-ups and some push-ups and some ab rollers. And so feeling really strong. Feeling really strong today. Had some great communications with some people. Right. We got a little cash donation today. All right. So that's a blessing always. It's always a blessing to get the donations, to get the contributions coming in. All right. Because we are building something that's going to take money, even with creating the AI video I created yesterday. That was on a free plan with InVideo to create more content. And it's $25 one, but then it's a $60 one. This stuff costs $720 for the year. Right. This stuff costs. It costs to build. It costs to build something great. And so every bit of you joining me, all of you that are joining me, however much you are joining, however little you are joining, however you are joining, spreading the word, you're joining me like this, you're joining me in building the content, however you are joining me is a beautiful thing. And it goes really far and it matters because together, only together, I cannot do this by myself. I am not mistaken. I have no thought that I can do this alone, right? Again, whether it's finances, whether it's vision, right? Whether it's execution, whether it's anything administrative, whatever it is, I can't do it alone. And so I really need, and I'm inviting, right? I'm inviting all of you, as many of you as possible, to join me in building the future of human becoming, development, and transformation, right? What we are building is a new structure, a new infrastructure for how human beings become the best version of themselves, how human beings transform trauma, how human beings understand themselves, how human beings begin to understand the world around them and how the environment and the world around them has influenced them. All right. So yeah, super excited. Tonight we are talking about discipline. Last night we went into the whole neural soul liberation, the method, the university, the vision. All right. And that's going to be big. That's going to be big. We put out the video yesterday on, well, not the video. We put the AI video out, but we also put out an image on what the neural soul liberation is, right? It's neural brain, it's soul essence, is patterns, is trauma, is conditioning, right? It's neurology, brain science, then it's soul, it's purpose, right? It's alignment, right? It's all of that. Two different things that historically have been separated. Most systems, most institutions keep the brain over here, keep the soul over here. I'm merging them. I'm fusing them. I'm fusing the brain and the soul for the Neurosoul Liberation Method, which gave birth to the Neurosoul Liberation University, which will ultimately give birth to Neurosoul Liberation Academy, which will ultimately give birth to Neurosoul Integrative Sciences. That's gonna be crazy. The Neurosoul Integrative Sciences. We are creating a whole new field of science. So stick with me, right? We're building something that is long-standing. We're building something that's timeless. We're building something that's going to outlive all of us, that our children's children are going to benefit from. It doesn't matter what your ethnic background is. It doesn't matter what your race is. It's not going to matter what your education level is, what your financial status is, what your sexual orientation is. This is literally a space for the whole of humanity. This is a hub for the whole of humanity. This is an infrastructure for every single being that will come into this space, this earth, this paradigm, right? This three-dimensional paradigm. Every living being that comes here is going to be able to benefit from, and is going to benefit directly and indirectly. Because even if they don't take courses, even if they don't, right, join the cohorts and join the programs, and even if they don't get privy to the information and the education and the experiences and all of that stuff, even if they don't individually, personally come in contact with us as a byproduct of the work that we're doing in the world, of the communities that we're going to be building, of the schools and the centers that we're going to be building, they're going to benefit anyway. Because we are raising the vibration of humanity. We are increasing the frequency on Earth right now as we speak, and we're doing it in real time. We're doing it in real time. We are raising the vibration of our planet. We are increasing the frequency of life right now, real time, March 18th, new moon in Pisces. We are raising the vibration. And so, again, all of you who watch this, all of you who tune in, who tap in, who contribute financially, right, who lend ideas, who is willing to fundraise for themselves, like and develop, right, be a team leader and get their people to fundraise. That's how this thing works. So we're gonna give it a few minutes. We're gonna give it another 2 minutes. Let a few people come in, right? So we get a few people to come in the chat tonight. Come on live. We posted it. That's all we can do is post it and share it and tell people. All right. We can't force anyone to do anything. We are going to start probably next week. We get some contributions in, do some ads, right? Run some ads. It's 50-day hunger strike, man, to raise $50 million. This is freaking epic. It's like unheard of. But I'm doing it, and we're doing it together. And so I'm extremely excited, more excited than I was earlier in the week, right? Sunday, Monday, there was some self-doubt. That self-doubt is now dead. We finishing this thing off, man. We are in it for the long haul, as I've been with everything in my life, in it for the long haul, not seeing the immediate results, but knowing how this thing is going to end. That's right now. Not seeing the immediate results, right? We didn't even cross $1,000 yet. And we need to get to $10,000 as soon as possible so that we can get some things done, right? So that then we can level up, right? So that we can get to $20,000 and $100,000, right? So we got to get to $1,000 first. So I'll be posting more daily, right? Every day, multiple times a day, right? Through multiple platforms and multiple ways of posting, right? Video, text, image. So yeah, man, as tomorrow's going to be a more disciplined day, right? First few days of a fast is always tough. Excuse me. Even if it's just me distracting myself, last few nights with movies, right? Watching basketball, we about to cut all of that out. And it's the mission. It's the mission. It's the mission. It's the mission. We already not having intercourse, right? We already not eating, so we can cut out the other things. We can cut out the TV. We can cut out the freaking my word game on my phone, right? Every time I think about playing the word game, it doesn't take long to make a move, but if it takes me 30 seconds or a minute to make a move, right? Words with friends, right? And I go back every 2 minutes, I could easily spend an hour going back and forth with the computer. And it's like, that's an hour I can spend reading. That's an hour I can spend writing. That's an hour I can spend meditating. That's an hour I can spend working out. So we cutting that out, right? Because by any means necessary, we're going to sacrifice all of the freaking comforts in order to push this goal, in order to raise the vibration high enough so that this goal becomes really attainable, so that we actually make it happen. In 50 days, we raise $50 million. And it's funny because I told my boy, I was telling Frank Brown a few weeks back, or a month or so back, as we were planning this and really laying it out. I was like, first few days it might be nothing, right? First 2 weeks might be $2,000, right? $500, but you keep doing it, do it long enough. Eventually, it picks up steam. It can easily go from $500 to $5,000 and $5,000 to $50,000, which is why we need more people to watch the stream, and we need as many people as possible to contribute and to share. That's the key, is sharing, right? Contributing and sharing is equally important, and sometimes sharing is more important than contributing. Sharing with your network, and not just sharing it on your social media, but actually telling people. And when you share it on your social media, actually telling people why you're sharing this, right? So this is something that tomorrow I'm going to make a video about that, right? It's one thing to share it. You share it, people share things all the time, but to put a caption, right, to write why you are supporting this campaign, why you are sharing this work, right? And contribute when you can. I get that people are on fixed incomes. You may not be able to contribute right when you see it, but you want to share it. But the moment you can contribute, I'm inviting you to contribute, to be part of building the future of human becoming. We are literally building a new world. We're building a new way that we interact with each other. We're building a new way that we interact with ourselves, that we understand ourselves, that we show up, that systems show up. And so I'm excited. Saying all that, I want to ground myself, right? I want to ground myself, and I want to ground us, those who are tuned in. All right, so if you will, if you are in a safe place, sitting or laying, not if you're walking down the street, right? But if you're sitting or laying, just close your eyes for a moment. Just allow your breathing to slow down. Allow your feet to be planted firmly on the floor beneath you. Allow your back to be straightened by the chair behind you. Allow your arms to rest gently in your lap or by your side. Allow your head to lean forward so that your chin is in your chest. And simply become aware of your breathing. We're going to do 3 sets of 4, 4, 4. All right, 3 reps. Box breathing. Breathe in 4. We hold for 4. We breathe out for 4. So let me demo. We breathe in. Hold. We breathe out. So when you are ready, please join me on 3. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Next one, breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Do one more. Hold. Breathe in for 4. Hold for 4. Breathe out for 4. Roll your neck in both directions, left to right, at least 3 times, then right to left. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for breathing with me. Understand that I did not grow up with this practice. Meditation, mindfulness, breathing is not something that I grew up with. No one in my family, as far as I know, had this practice. I didn't grow up hearing about it, and I was just ignorant or just ignoring it. I don't know nothing about this in my family, in my neighborhood. But life circumstance, getting in trouble a lot, being on punishment, going to prison, it shaped me, and it built that practice in me, the ability to meditate, the ability to breathe, the ability to regulate my emotions, my nervous system, the ability to settle down, to calm myself down, to settle myself. And so once again, thanks for tuning in. We're going to get into it. Once again, today is day 5 of 50, day 5 of a 50-day hunger strike, 50 days of divine discipline. I am hunger striking, not eating food for 50 days, no intercourse for 50 days, cutting out a lot of things. Starting tomorrow is going to be no TV, no movies, no sports. Show that I've been wanting to watch is today's the season finale. I gave myself that grace, right? My birthday was just Saturday, so I gave myself the grace of doing 5 days, right, of the TV. 5 days. We watched some basketball. We watched, a couple of movies the last few nights. We got into we're gonna get into the show tonight once this is over. But that leads us to tonight's topic: discipline. Right, tonight we are talking about discipline. We got some notes here, and I'm super excited. We're gonna pull up. We got notes in my book. We got some notes here in the notepad. We're gonna pull up discipline, man. And this is what we're gonna talk about tonight, right? We are gonna get into everything discipline, because I want you guys to understand, and understand that discipline is the bridge. Discipline is that bridge between who people say they want to be and who they actually become. There are a lot of people who want to be rich. There are a lot of people who want to be wealthy. There are a lot of people who want to be healthy. There are a lot of people who want to be in healthy relationships. There are a lot of people who want to lose weight. There are people who want to put on muscle. There are people who want to be better parents. There are people who want to be better spouses, better partners, better friends, who want to build successful businesses. There are a lot of people who say they want to do and they want to be a lot of things. But discipline is the bridge between who you say you want to be and who you actually become. Right? Discipline is the bridge between the vision that you have, right, or the idea that you have, or the thought that you have, and what's actually real. Right? And we know that, yes, things take time, things is a process, but discipline is that secret glue, that secret sauce, right? It's not motivation, right? It's freaking discipline. And so understand that, as I mentioned, every single person will profess to wanting to become something, to wanting to be something. More of what they already are, something completely different, right? But fewer people are willing to discipline themselves for it in order to become that. They're not willing to sacrifice. They're not willing to put things down. They're not willing to adopt new habits, put down the old habits. A lot of people are not willing, like, this is who I am. This is what I do. I smoke, I drink, I fuck, whatever it is. That's what they do. And they're not willing to stop doing it, right? I remember talking to my boy a few years ago. We were talking about this book, The Way of the Superior Man, and we were talking about abstinence, right? And abstaining from sexual intercourse. And the brother, so intelligent, was talking about how beautiful it is to have intercourse and how beautiful it is and healthy it is to climax, right? And yeah, it is beautiful, and it is great, and it is healthy, and it's also healthy to stop, right? It's also healthy to abstain for a period of time, right? But again, discipline, we are so intelligent as humans, we can create the excuses that keep us from the things that we say we want, from the person that we say we want to become, right? So understand that tonight we're not talking about motivation. We're not talking about what motivates you. We're not talking, like, motivation comes and goes. We're gonna get into that more later. But we're talking about the thing that actually changes lives, because discipline changes lives. Discipline has changed my life. Discipline has changed the lives of so many people. Discipline in your thoughts, discipline in your actions, discipline in your responses, discipline in how you show up, discipline is what actually changes lives. And we're going to get into why most people misunderstand discipline. People misunderstand discipline. So many people misunderstand discipline, and they think that you got to discipline somebody else. You got to discipline your child. You got to discipline your spouse. You got to discipline somebody, or you need to be disciplined. And it's like, we're going to talk about it, and we're going to understand that discipline. This is something that I was looking up the definition, right? Because I was like, okay, is discipline a skill or a quality? Is discipline a skill or a quality? And I'm gonna tell you this: my whole life I've heard that, when people say qualities about your partner, or qualities, what are some great qualities about yourself? People say, I'm pretty disciplined. In discipline, it can become a quality, but it's not something that's innate. Discipline is learned. Discipline is a skill. Discipline is trainable. You can train yourself to be more disciplined. You can learn how to be more disciplined, right? Like, in everything that I'm doing right now, my fast, this mission to build Continuum, to build the Neural Soul Liberation University, to launch Miss Juicy, and the whole vibe, it's all about discipline, and it's all built on discipline, right? Like, everything that I've become, every single thing that I've become, I am because of discipline. my ability to discipline myself, my ability, like people, places, and things. All right, I can't, all right, I want to hang out over there. I remember a few years ago hanging on the block with my friends. Energy felt crazy, right? I leave, right? We outside. That's when I was still drinking. Outside, we drinking, we smoking, we having a good time. Energy felt weird. I leave. At night, somebody gets shot. Discipline. And there's some nights when I left where nothing happened, right? But I left because you know what? I'm out past the time I want to be out. I got to get up early because I'm working out, right? What am I doing outside? Okay, talking to my friends. I've been talking to my friends for freaking 40 years, 30 plus years, right? It is great to have friendships. It's great to have relationships where you can sit outside with people and communicate, absolutely. But discipline, if you know you got something else to do, something else that you want, right? So let's get into it, for real, for real. The biggest misconception, the biggest myth is that people, almost everybody, like probably not everybody, of course, but a great majority of the people I know think discipline equals punishment. They think discipline equals hitting, beating, restricting, taking away, right? Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is alignment. Discipline is your ability to act in alignment with who you say you want to be, even when you don't feel like it. Let me say that one more time. Discipline is your ability. Your ability, right? No one else's ability. No one else can make you do it. Discipline is your ability to act in alignment with who you say you want to be, even when you don't feel like it. So as a child who says they want to be an NBA player, or they want to be a scientist, or they want to own a business, right? You don't got to beat them. To this like beating them is not disciplining them. Discipline is helping them understand, are you acting in alignment with who you say you want to be? You said you want to be this. You said you want to get these grades. You say you want to be so and so and so and so. Are you acting in alignment with who you say you want to be? Even when you don't feel like it. Listen, today, day 5, right? Listen, the first 6, 7 days is always the first 2, 3 days. And then as it gets better, but 5, 6, 7, and you're doing long fast, it's still brutal, especially energy-wise, especially trying to work out. I worked out this morning. I did not want to work out. I literally huffed and puffed. Deep breaths. I said, damn. But I'm like, you know what? I got to do it. And this goes back to something I mentioned the other day, which I think that was on my show, SR Daily. The things that you do in your low energy states, the actions that you do when your energy is not as high, they become easier to do when your energy is high. So again, discipline, one more time, is your ability to act in alignment with who you say you want to be, with who you say you are, even when you don't feel like it. This is about to hit you. Discipline is how your future self communicates with your present self. Discipline is how the future you, the you that you are becoming, the you that you are working towards, the you that you have dreamt about your whole entire life. Discipline is how that you communicates with this you. The me that's a multi-hundred millionaire, right? The me that's a billionaire, multi-billionaire running multiple $100 million companies. That me that's 180 pounds, 185 pounds, that's slim, that's fit, that's on the billboard in Times Square in my underwear, modeling my own underwear. That me, right? The me that has properties in various different places. And when I'm not there, there are people in that town staying there, eradicating homelessness. Like that me say, yo, you got to fast, bro. You got to fast. You got to get physically healthier. You got to get mentally sharper. You got to get emotionally stronger, right? You got to do a long fast. You got to do a fast longer than you've ever done before. I've done a 40-day fast. I've done 30 days, 50 days. That was this vision. The vision for this fast is my future self communicating with my present self. Discipline yourself, bro. And discipline changes lives in a few different ways, right? The biggest way, right, is that it builds consistency. And we are not shaped by what we want, right? We are shaped by what we do consistently. Our life, like we don't get the things that we want just because we say we want them. We get the things we want because we discipline ourselves and we show up consistently, whatever that is. Reading consistently, writing consistently, right? Speaking to your children consistently, having open, honest, tough conversations with your spouse consistently, right? Fasting, like it's what you do consistently that matters. Now, what happens if you don't have discipline? What happens if you lack discipline? A few things happen. This is tough. Emotions lead. I've been there. I was there recently. I lack discipline. My emotions led. I ate so much. I went up to 225 pounds. 225 pounds, 5'10". That is too heavy. It's not all muscle. If it was all muscle, it would be a little better, but still too heavy. Not what I want to be, right? So when you lack discipline, your emotions lead. Your habits stay the same, right? Late night eating for me, right? Eating too much, big ass plates, right? With 4 or 5. A few weeks ago, I threw up. I didn't even tell you. I threw up. I ate so much after my 3-day breath fast. I think I did 3-day breath fast, right? Ate some cooked food and I threw up. I threw up too much food, introduced back into the body too quickly. Fucking threw up. It was good food. And I ate the first time I ate, it was great, but then I ate again later that night. Too late. I ate too late and it was too much food. I literally threw up. It was insane. Right? So your habits stay the same. The patterns repeat. And the growth that you want, for me, it was the weight loss. For me, I said at 40, I was going to be on the billboard. I'm giving myself grace. The last 2 years, 4 years has been the toughest of my life. The things that I've been dealing with and the way that I've had to discipline myself, right? And to not respond to certain things. And I was baited, not responding, right? Discipline, right? But the growth stalled because I kept eating. And I would do this long fast and I would do this fast and I would do good for a little bit. In 2024, we did 40-day coconut water fast. We did great for 77 days, fruits, nuts, and seeds, and then went back to pizza, and then went back to sandwiches, and then went back to pasta, and then I was back doing what I've always done, right? So the growth stalled. But what happens when I got goosebumps, y'all. What happens when you have discipline? When you discipline yourself, your actions align with your purpose. Your actions align with your purpose. When you discipline yourself, your actions align with your purpose. And that's freaking beautiful, if you ask me. That is absolutely, positively a beautiful thing when your actions can align with your purpose. When you have discipline, your habits change. Your identity shifts. You're no longer who you were. I'm somebody who works out every day. It's what I do. I'm not trying to get healthy. I am healthy. And what does a healthy person do? A healthy person works out every day. Maybe take a day rest, but is doing something. Even they're not lifting or doing anything strenuous, they're walking. Right? They're walking, they're stretching. Right? Like your identity shifts when you have discipline is the key. Literally, is we saying this all night, is the key to becoming everything that you said you wanted to become your whole life. It doesn't take, yes, it takes time because it's developing. But once you commit, once you say this is who I am, not this is just something I want to do. No, this is who I am. I am a healthy person. I am the healthiest person on earth. That is who I am. I am the healthiest person on earth. What does the healthiest person on earth do? The healthiest person on earth does long fast. The healthiest person on earth goes to bed early, wakes up earlier, right? The healthiest person on earth, even if they stay up late, right, they still wake up early. They may take a nap during the day. The healthiest person on earth doesn't stress over things. The healthiest person, so my identity shifted. I'm becoming who I envision myself to become, but I can't do it without discipline. And of course, once your identity shifts, your habits change, the results follow. I have the ripped six pack. I have the finances. I have the healthy, beautiful marriage. I have the life of abundance where everybody around me has everything that they need. And we're striving collectively to ensure that everybody on earth has what they need. It's powerful. And so most people don't lack potential. You hear it all the time. You have so much potential. That person has so much potential. Most human beings on this planet do not lack potential. What they lack is consistent, aligned action. Most people on earth, they do not lack potential. They have all the potential in the world. You can see it in them. You can hear it when they speak. You can see it in how they move. You got so many people I know in Queensbridge used to play basketball. Really nice. They have potential to go to the NBA. There was one guy specifically. He played in college, and he played in all the pickup games. He played against Kobe Bryant. Bust Kobe Bryant's ass at Hunter College back in the days. Right? Bust Kobe Bryant's ass at Hunter College back in the days. Rest in peace, Mamba. But he never made it pro. Why? Because he chose to be on the block. He chose to be on the block hustling. Why? Because that was a big part of his identity. Right? He was making a lot of money on the block. And there's stories, I think, it's Pee Wee Kirkland, story of he could have got drafted to the NBA, got drafted, actually, got offered a contract, turned it down because he was making more money on the block, making more money in the streets than he would have got paid in the league. It's crazy, right? Crazy. So again, most people don't lack potential. They have all the potential in the world. What they lack is consistent, aligned action. Now we're gonna get into my philosophy. I have a 5-part philosophy on discipline. 5-part philosophy on discipline. Number 1, discipline is identity based. Discipline is rooted in your identity. Who are you? Who am I? So I don't do things because I feel like it. I do things because of who I've decided to become. I'm not doing this fast, right? And I'm gonna get into the fast really, but I'm not doing it just because I want to freaking fast and I want to be extreme. Like I'm doing this because who I decided to become is the healthiest person on earth, and I gotta increase my I gotta get more clarity, right? And I gotta build my discipline, increase my discipline. Those are the 2 main things personally, right? Self-aware. I can be more self-aware. Like all of the things, yes, I can be more. Pretty great, but I need more discipline, right? So I'm not doing things because I feel like it. I do them, and that's not just this big fast. That's the workout, right? That's the reading. That's the journaling, right? That's the stop watching movies. That's the stop having intercourse. I'm not doing them because I actually want to do those things, but I'm doing those things because of the person I've decided to become has to be able to survive and endure and thrive without those things. Remove all distractions so I can be who I've decided to become. 2, second part of my philosophy is discipline over motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Y'all need motivation. I'm not motivated. Your motivation is always going to fluctuate. That's what it's meant to do. Like, yo, I'm not motivated. Yo, I'm so motivated. Let's go. Oh, man, I'm not motivated. Still do the thing. Right? Do the thing. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline stays. I'm doing it because this is who I said I am. This is who I said I'm becoming. I'm doing it because this is what I do. This is simply what I do. This is what I do. 3rd part of my philosophy. This is a big one. Discipline builds self-trust. When you do the things that you said you were going to do, you prove to yourself that you can rely on you. I spoke yesterday, a few days ago. I don't even remember. Imagine if you kept your word to yourself. Where would you be? Where would you be if you kept your word to yourself? Forget everybody else keeping their word to you. If you kept your word to you, where would you be? What would your life be like today? Every time you follow through, every single time that you follow through on what you said you would do, you prove to yourself that you can rely on you. 4th part of my philosophy, discipline creates freedom. This is a concept I'm still grasping. I was wrestling with, I heard it. So first I thought the complete opposite. Discipline restricts, right? Discipline restricts. That's what I thought for a very long time. Then a few years ago, 2-3 years ago or so, when I had the artist employment grant, right? And we got some brand coaching, talking to the sister, right, the coach, and we were talking about my finances, we were talking about my time, and we're talking about scheduling. And I'm a Pisces sun, Aries rising, Leo moon. Schedule is cool, I understand it, and I'm an artist at heart, like at my core, and so like free flow, right? Free flow. And I'm like, is it saying what you've done that got you here, that got you to this point, ain't gonna get you to the next level. So you got to do something different, right? And so discipline creates freedom. I'm like, discipline restricts you. But when she explained it, was like, when you schedule your time, you get to see where you have time. So now you actually have freedom. And I'm like, whoa, discipline does create freedom. Discipline frees you. Because now you're not controlled by your impulses. Not controlled by my impulse to eat. No, I don't eat at this time. It's not what I do. I'm free. I'm not a slave to my impulses no more. I'm no longer a slave to my impulses. I'm no longer a slave to my instincts. My prefrontal cortex is alive and it's well and it's developed, and I can think and I can use logic. Is this what I want to be doing? Yes, I got that. Something happened. It's emotional. I got the urge to eat. I don't eat at this time. Oh, I don't eat this food. Oh, I don't go here. Oh, I don't do that. You know how powerful it is to not be controlled by your impulses? Discipline does that. And then the fifth part of my 5-part philosophy on discipline is daily. It is daily. I don't even got my phone, but I think I'm at I haven't worked out the last week or two, right? But what I have done consistently, I think for 92 days now, more than I've ever done, have walked 9,800 steps, almost 10,000 steps. And most days I'm over 10,000, right? But a few days my goal is 9,800. A few days I'm at 9,950. I'm at 98, 88, 86, right? I just made it, but I made it. I made it. I made it. Discipline is daily. It's not once a week. It is not when it's convenient. It's not when you feel like it. It's what you do every day because that's what you said you do. Because that's who you said you're becoming. You said you are becoming this person. So you do the thing every day. Now, tying discipline to my fast. My fast is not, as I mentioned, it's not about not eating. If I had the discipline that I needed, I probably wouldn't be doing this fast. So this fast is really about discipline. This fast is 50-day fast of 50 days of divine discipline, right? No freaking food, no weed, no sex. From today, no movies, no basketball, no sports. Writing, reading, meditating, communicating, building the infrastructure for human becoming, development, and transformation. And today's day 5, right? But it's the asterisk because it's day 4. Because Saturday, I went the whole day, my birthday, right? I'm always honest, right? Sometimes 2 or 4. I was up Friday night. We had a party at my crib, had the house party. I was up to about 2 o'clock with Mona. Mona went to sleep. Then I was up to about 6:30 by myself. I was up and I was smoking and I was drinking, not alcohol, but I was drinking stuff. I was eating cupcakes and freaking ice cream, vegan, of course, right? But I'm eating, right? And then I went to sleep. I woke back up like 11 something and I was great the whole day. I drank water. I was ready. I was in it. Then my children called me, hit an emotion. Right, call me. Both my children sing happy birthday separately. My daughter sung one way. My son ain't want to do it. I had to convince him. He sung it his way. All right, but we spoke and it hit me. It hit a part of me that like I couldn't even really communicate because I would have loved to have seen him. 42nd birthday, Jackie Robinson, yeah, cool, but more motivation, right? This is a motivation. It's like someone, and not even motivation, it's an inspiration. I'm inspired to get myself to the best position possible and get my babies, right? But there are moments. Saturday night, I ate some food Saturday night, about 11 o'clock. Too late to be eating, right? But the emotions were stronger than the discipline on that day. And then Monday, not that I thought about eating Monday, but Monday I was like, yo, I don't know if I could do this fundraiser. Raise $50 million, crowdfund $5 million. I can't do this shit. Then the fast, I want to eat. I want food. Let me stop. Discipline says, no, we keep going. You keep going. And again, that's the future self communicating with the present self, right? That's me tomorrow, me in 5 years, me in 10 years, me in 20 years when I'm 62. 62-year-old me is communicating with me now. Get better because when you get 62, you want to be as healthy as possible. You don't want to, you have to use a cane. You don't want to have to bend, oh, my back. No, you want to be healthy and strong and fit at 62, right? So going back to it, what's the cost of no discipline? The cost of no discipline. If we don't develop discipline, we live a life directed by our emotions, our environment, and our habits. Our emotions, our environment, and our habits. Environment, extremely important. We're going to get into that next week. No, we're going to get into that. But day 6, we're going to get into that, I think, next week, day 10 or 11, something like that. We're going to talk about environment and how that plays a role in who you become, right? Enriched environments and all of the stuff, man. But that's the cost of no discipline, is you will continue to live your life. Your life will continue to be directed by your emotions, how you feel, your environment, what's going on around you, and your habits. And as someone who completely transformed my life and became disciplined, I can be in my hood, I can be around my friends, smoking weed, drinking alcohol, doing all of the other things, and at no point does it cross my mind to do it. Even if they forget that I don't do it and somebody may offer it to me, yo, nah, I'm good, I don't smoke no more. I don't smoke right now. I don't drink no more. Whatever it is, right? And because so many people lack discipline, they don't develop discipline, they continue to live a life directed and guided and fueled by their emotions, their environment, and their habits. That's how many people stay stuck for years. I know people who've been stuck for 10, they've been stuck my whole life. People who've been stuck my whole entire life. And they're stuck not because they cannot change. They're stuck not because they don't have the desire. They don't want to change. They're stuck because they never built the fucking discipline to do it. That's why they get stuck. The discipline is hard. It's hard to discipline, right? Like, it's fucking hard. It is very hard to discipline yourself. It's very, very, very fucking difficult. So you choose your heart, right? You choose your fucking heart. It's hard to stay the same, and it's hard to change. Which heart you gonna take? Most people, unfortunately, stay the same because fear the unknown, right? But now, this is my challenge to you guys, those who are on now, Mona, whoever else is on, who's going to watch this later. My challenge to you all is what is one area of your life right now where you know discipline would change everything? What's one area of your life right now that you know if you discipline yourself in this area, everything would change? Is it health? Is it your mindset? Is it your finances? Is it your relationships? Please drop it in the comment. Leave a comment and let me know what area of your life right now, if you disciplined yourself, everything would change. For me, it's health, it's food, it's eating and it's sleeping. It's eating is the amount of food that I'm eating, is the time that I'm eating, right? So it's food, around food, time, and amount, portions and time, right? And it's sleep pattern. I discipline myself to go to bed earlier, right? Be in bed, like, cause I can be in bed by 12 and wake up at 5. I can be in bed by 11 and wake up at 4, right? So like I'm figuring it out. So especially after the 50 days, because the 50 days, right, streaming 9 to 10 is tough, right? It'd probably be up to 11, right? But even then, as I discipline myself, right, I find a structure that works. For me, that's it. That's the primary thing, right? I don't really buy a lot of unnecessary things. So now I can make more money, right? And we are going to make more money as we build this thing, and we're able to get a salary from it, from this work, right? We're able to take care of ourselves. So it's not really finances. It's not really relationships. It's freaking food. It's food, it's sleep, schedule, pattern, time. Somebody said it's not even how much you sleep, is do you go to sleep every day at the same time? Even if I only get 5 hours, 4 hours, 12 to 4, 12 to 4:30, even if that's all I get, 4.5 hours. If I do it the same exact time, my body adjusts, the circadian rhythm of my body adjusts and adapts, and I'm able to maximize, right, the day. And then I'm gonna take an hour nap, a 2-hour nap in the daytime, right? Get up that time, do the things, nap from 11 to 1, nap from 10 to 12, 10 to 11:30, whatever the time is, right? And so once again, we got a daily question. We got a question that we are asking daily. And before the stream is done, I want to know what is one thing that you are willing to discipline yourself to do. Is it drink more water? Is it wake up earlier? For me, that's the one thing I'm committed to doing, is waking up earlier. Today, I got up earlier than I did yesterday. I'm committed to getting up tomorrow earlier than I did today, right? Is it meditate? Is it go for a walk? So my commitment for tomorrow is to get up earlier, right, and go for a walk. Even if it's raining, I can walk to the water, walk back. I got umbrella. Go outside, right? So what is it? What is one thing that you're willing to discipline yourself to do? Please drop it in the comments. Examples: drink more water, wake up earlier, meditate, go for a walk, or avoid something unhealthy. If you know alcohol, if you know is eating a certain food, eating at a certain time, interacting with a certain person, anything that's unhealthy, that's an example of something you could discipline. It could be something healthy that you just want to discipline yourself in, right? It could be, I don't, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do no sex for 2 days. I'm gonna do no porn, right? I'm gonna do no cigarettes, right? I'm gonna exercise, right? I'm gonna read a book. I'm gonna read 10 pages of my book. I gotta finish my book. I got 50, 60 pages left. The book's been taking me forever. That's the task for tomorrow, right? Finish this fucking book, How to Create a Mind. Right, I got to reread a few pages because it's been about a week or so since I've read it, right? But tomorrow we check in. Right? And please do know that as I speak about discipline, with this passion, clearly I struggle with it. That's why I need this fast. So I understand. right? Understand that you are not being judged. I struggle with discipline. I struggle with my discipline. I have struggled with discipline. No more though. I'm breaking that, right? I am breaking those struggles. I am putting those chains down. I am going to be the healthiest person on earth. I've eaten too much. I've lived life this way for far too long. I'm ready to become everything I've said I can become. All right. So discipline is not easy. But again, neither is staying the same. So you get to choose your fucking heart. Both are difficult. Staying the same is difficult. Changing is difficult. Which one do you want to do? Which one would your future self choose? Or as someone once said, what would a wise person do? Would a wise person stay the same and have a difficult life that they don't really love and want? Or would a wise person put the work in, discipline themselves, do what they got to do, even though it's tough, to have the life that they want, to become who they said they want to become? And so tomorrow, right, we are coming to the end of the stream. Tomorrow, day 6. Tomorrow we talk about something extremely powerful, and I got to talk with Mona about this because I got an understanding, but I got to get deeper understanding from her. Tomorrow we're talking about the whole vibe. Tomorrow we are talking about the whole vibe that is Mona's company. That is what we are talking about tomorrow. That's her baby. That's her vision. That's her mission. The whole vibe. We're going to talk about what it means. I believe is an acronym, right? In there, VIBE. I think maybe the whole thing, WHOLE is the acronym, and VIBE is an acronym, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Either both or one or the other, right? But tomorrow, that's what we talk about. We talk about the whole vibe and cultural healing. We get into how art, culture, and community aids in personal transformation. How art, culture, and community aids in personal transformation. That's what we're getting into. That is what we're getting into tomorrow. And I'll see you then. We got a comment. Mona said, discipline is choosing your greater later over your good now. In fact, discipline is choosing your greater later over your good now. That's a fact. That's a whole fact. And with that, guys, I say thank you for tuning in. I look forward to chatting with you guys tomorrow. I'm going to go. I got to finish my run. I got a few more steps to do. We're going to get another set in on the pull-up bar, the push-ups, the ab roller. And then we're going to finish our entertainment tonight. We're going to finish my movie. Now You See Me, Now You Don't came on. It's Amazon. We're going to finish that. We're going to watch Cross, season finale of Cross. And then discipline ourselves for the next 44 days. We will not watch basketball. We will not watch movies. We will not watch any series, any show. Mona and I together will work, right? When go see my mom, I'll work. And I'm going to be in the streets anyway in a few days, right? So even in the streets, it's going to be tough. But I'm all right. It's not going to be cold like it was a few years ago, all right? So, yeah, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you. Please do tell a friend and tell a friend. If you haven't donated yet, please contribute to the campaign. $5, $100, $500, $5,000. Send what you got. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for joining me in building the future of human becoming, development, and transformation. Together, we make the world a better place. Together, we build a new world. And I'm excited to be doing this thing with you guys, man. Have a great night. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Peace and love. Tomorrow, day 6. We here. Later.